ready. And that's it, they're away. 1 mile and 3 furlongs is the trip then for the feature race, the British Stallion Stud ZBF Glasgow Stakes in its 20th year here at Hamilton Park. Great David began alertly, so too with the pink sleeves did Square d'Albany, and in third place the unbeaten Nahraan is racing towards the inside but racing enthusiastically under Oisin Murphy. In fourth place, the white face, yellow jacket Arabian Force, tracked 3 parts of a length by Secret Love, the only filly. The impressive winner of the Cumberland Plate last time, Rogue Millions, is currently in 6th position, a length and a half away, and there's 2.5 lengths back at the rear of the field to Tiernan as they race up the hill. The pace steadies and they're about to swing right hand down. Great David, 5th in the Hampton Court Stakes at Royal Ascot last time out, leads under Danny Tudhope by just over a length. Square d'Albany and Hector Crouch are in 2nd position. Third, Nahraan, 1 off the rail, narrowly holding that spot with Arabian Force right alongside, hugging the rail. They're being tracked through towards the inside by Rogue Millions in the red and white, alongside the nose-banded Secret of Love. And Tiernan closing up at the back of the field is a length and a half away as they head through the halfway stage of the British Stallion Stud ZBF Glasgow Stakes. They turn for home, led by Great David. Great David is leading by over a length to Square d'Albany as they race back down the hill. In third place, Arabian Force, tucked away down on the inside rail. Nahraan lobbing along in 4th place to the outside, no more than 2 lengths off the leader. Closing in is Secret of Love a little on the outside. Road Millions in behind horses under Morris at the moment with nowhere to go. And still last of all is Tiernan as they head back inside the final 3. Square d'Albany being shaken up to join Great David on the far rail. Arabian Force burrowing away against the fence. Nahraan moving up powerfully in the maroon colours. On the outside, Secret of Love. Rogue Millions trying to peel out behind them, the red and white, as they come down towards the final furlong. And Nahraan strikes for home in the Glasgow, chased by Great David the far side. Square d'Albany, Rogue Millions and Secret of Love on the outside, all chasing Nahraan, who's driven out. Nahraan in front by over a length from Arabian Force, and Nahraan joined by Arabian Force right on the line. They were closing late in the day. Square d'Albany followed through by Great David and then Secret of Love.
What a race. Nahraan has been joined close home by Arabian Force. What a race, and maybe 3rd place by Tiernan, who's come from miles off the pace and has maybe got up for 3rd place. It's a bunch finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all within, what, a couple of lengths of each other, Mark?
Yeah, it's a bunch finish, isn't it? Nahraan travelled really strongly. Looked all over the winner from the 2 marker, and he's getting tighter by the second late on. Arabian Force has given himself a chance. He's put his head down at the right time, but when he initially passed the line, I thought Nahraan had held on, but the more I keep watching the replay, I'm not so sure now, but he travelled so well, didn't he, Nahraan? But we'll see if he's just hung on. But yeah, it's a real bunch finish. Tiernan down the outside.
The outcome of the photo finish for first place. First, number 3, Nahraan.
Nahraan's hung on. And you can cheers in the background.
1, third, number 6, and the 4th horse, number 7.
And the cheers in the background because they love the favourites here on this holiday Friday at Hamilton Park. So confirming Nahraan has hung on from Arabian Force, who has come from the rails to force that photograph right on the line. What a race by Tiernan, the outsider of the party. Ian Jardine rolled the dice and he has finished in 3rd. Secret of Love has finished in 4th. What a strange race, from looking as if the winner, travelling so well, took it up well over a furlong to go, Mark, looking as if he's going to win nicely, and then all of a sudden the pace has just completely collapsed and the bunched up on the line.
Yeah, I mean, when you see that freeze frame and you see it so bunched up, your first thought is they can't all be top-class horses, but just the manner of the way Nahraan's gone through the race, I'll be surprised if he goes for a voltager next time. I can't imagine he's going to go an extra furlong. He just looks a horse who'll be suited by coming back to a well-run mile and a quarter. He's travelled strongly. When he goes to the front, you'd think he'd go and stretch clear and win like a really good horse, but it gets very tight later on. Looking back now, Arabian Force, had he got a clear run up that rail, he may well have prevailed because he's finished very strongly. Rogue Millions got tapped for a bit of speed. He starts to stay on. The filly down the outside, and then Tiernan right down the outside. He's run a cracker, but Ian Jardine, he's got an anxious wait now on Tuesday morning to see what sort of race rating he gets.
Yeah, and knows the winning margin, incidentally. 3 parts of a length between second and third. Time-wise, just under 2.5 seconds slower than standard, but quite an extraordinary race to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And Nahraan's a really interesting horse. I mean, he's not bred to be a middle distance horse. He's by mate believe. His dam was a good mare over a mile, so he doesn't scream middle distances. I'm sure he would have appreciated a stronger gallop, and even though he's just won by the narrowest of margins here, I still think he's an exciting horse.
There's that official photo finish print and confirming a nose separating Nahraan and Arabian Force, and they're in the winner's enclosure standing. This winner, owned by Pricne Faisal, a treble tonight for Oisin Murphy. His first visit here for 4 years, remember, and before tonight he'd only ridden 1 winner here at the track.
Yeah, I should say also John Gosden's 3rd win in the Glasgow Stakes. He actually won the last Glasgow Stakes that was staged at York back in 2004.
An absolute thriller for our feature race, Anthony, here at Hamilton Park. Oisin, what a night for you at Hamilton Park. A treble, including the 2 big races, including the Glasgow Stakes on Nahraan. You're 3 from 3 in this horse.
He's a lovely horse. It wasn't very smooth. The pace was slow and then fast, and he got lost down the hill, which I expected. But I didn't want to let them get away from me, and I moved into it a bit too early. And I was lucky that he held on in the photo. You know, John and Thady and I and his owner and his manager, Pricne Faisal and Ted Vowd, all felt a mile 3 was a stretch, but this is the right race, and I'd imagine the horse will probably come back to a mile and a quarter now.
Yeah. It was a strange race. The way you've won by a nose, incidentally. I'm sure you've seen the photo. There was only a couple of lengths between first and last, all 7 in a bunch finish.
Yeah, and that's not knocking the race, but it's due to the tempo it was run at. And for a horse, on a normal horse that gets the trip well, I might have moved at the correct time, but I really should have sat a little bit longer on Nahraan.
Yeah, he's a lovely moving horse, and he didn't have travel for you.
Yeah, a big, good-looking horse with plenty of scope, and I'm delighted. He's a homebred from Nahraan stud, and hopefully he'll continue on this trajectory.
But you're suggesting back and trip to about a mile and a quarter from here on in.
That's what everyone felt even before today, but it was such a good fit on nice ground and a good stepping stone, so it was the right thing to do. Unfortunately, the jockey didn't mess up to a great degree.
Well done tonight, great night.
Thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.